Hello, you lot. How's it going? So, got a box here, as you can probably see. This one, I've had it sitting around for a week or two now. And I do know what's in this one. Not like the one that was the other day. The, what was it, a DBX2 Kyosho thing. I completely forgot about all that. I had no idea what was in that bloody box. But I do know what's in this one. I've known it's there. I just haven't had a chance to get to it, to open it up. You know what it's like, kids, can we do this, can we do that? I'd rather do that than fanny around with something that is pretty much just for me. So, yeah. I think, by the way, I've portrayed myself to be a bit of a forgetful bloody dunce or something in the other video. I'm not at all, not. It's all it is, you know. Sometimes you want to do stuff, don't you? But things crop up and you're like, oh, well, I'd rather do that or I'd have to do that. You know, you don't always put yourself first. You've got to put other things and other people first before you a lot of the time. Anyway, so a little bit of a backstory. I always like to give a backstory if I can. So this is, I may or may not, depending on how clickbaity I feel like when I edit the video and put the title, I may put it in the title what this is, or I may not. So I'm not going to tell you now. You have to wait until I open up the box, maybe. Yeah, so I was just minding my own business one day. Minding my own business. And I got a PM. I don't have any notification things on my phone. So now and again, if I've got a bit of time at work or whatever, break or whatever, I'll go on the Instagram and look at the PMs to see who sent me a message, because it doesn't ping up, because I don't like all that bollocks. And I had a message from someone, sent me a picture of this and another one, and said, how much do you reckon they're worth? And I said, well, you've got so and so much there, I reckon. Stick them on eBay, you probably get a bit more, maybe. Depends, you've got to find the right person. Things are only worth what the people want to pay for them. That's the rule that I always think about. When I'm buying something, that thing is worth what I want to pay for it. I don't care about whatever anyone says it's worth that much. I want to pay what I want to pay. If you don't like it, I'll buy it somewhere else. So I said, he's selling them. Would you want to sell me that one? Out of two, I like one of them. Well, I like both of them, but I couldn't afford both. So I said, one I liked the most. I said, and he said, how much? So I gave him a little offer, a bit to and from, and I said, that's how much I can afford. That's what I want to pay. And that was it. Went about my business. A day or two later on, I had a little look on Instagram. There was another message from him. So I had a look, and he said, you can have it for this much. So I said, happy days, I'll honour that then, and I'll pay for it. And here we are, a couple of weeks later. Probably more than a couple of weeks now. So yeah, that's the backstory. That is it, you know. Don't need this. Bought it with my heart and not with my head. If I was using my brain, I wouldn't have bought it. But my heart bought it. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll open it up. Now, I might or might not be able to leave this on the table. Could you see the old look? You can just about see it, can't you? I'll put the camera down a bit now, because you don't want to be looking at me. You want to be looking at what's in here. So, I might be able to keep this on the table. Or I might not be able to. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Quite a lot of tape going on here. Obviously, tried his best to make sure that it stays in one piece as it's going through the ether of the postage system, whatever you want to call it. We might have to go to the floor. Don't know yet. We might have to go to the floor. I should be able to slide this off of it now. It looks right. got there, look, seems to have survived. Or has it? We caught one. Oh, right, there we go. After a bit of finagling and a bit of cutting, we see what we've got. So, this is what we've got. We've got ourselves an FG Marder. That's what we got. It's I don't know how old it is. Don't know, because you can obviously still buy them. They've been making FG Marders for a long time. So whether you can still buy, no, you can. You can not whether you can still buy. You can still buy them. How old this particular one is, I don't know. I dare say there'll be FG geeks out there, maybe watching this, that can see certain parts and be like, "This is how old it is." I don't know. But, oh, it looks like we've got a battery in it. Bloody hell. Got a battery in it. I wasn't expecting a battery. Well, that's alright. Why has it got that plug on it though? That's no good, is it? Oh, it's got that as well. Happy days. Yeah, that's alright. Now, we haven't got any radio gear. I know there's no radio gear. It did have radio gear. But I said to him, I said, take the radio gear out, because I don't need the radio gear. I've got a spare receiver that I can put in it, so I don't need that. Take that out. It saves me some money, and you can sell that, can't he, and whatever. So we've got front disc brakes, cable ones, not the hydraulic ones. Hydraulic ones, Jesus, man. Have you seen the price of the hydraulic disc brakes for FG Marders? They're a lot of money. So, but we've got the front disc brakes, cable ones. Apparently they work. We've got the thing to mount the shell on, but there's no shell. Got no shell. Got a foam filter. Oh yeah, he said he replaced the primer bulbs, because apparently he's got two of these. One was, this is the 4-wheel drive version, by the way, in case I didn't mention that. Can't remember if I did or not. This is the 4-wheel drive version, so it's got obviously 4-wheel drive, which apparently works, which is quite rare really. Normally they're smashed to smithereens, but this one works. It's only got the single speed gearbox, but you can get 2-speed, believe it or not. This one's only the one. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, from what I can remember. It's got two of them. One was 2-wheel drive, one was just 4-wheel drive. The 2-wheel drive one had some fancy fandangled exhaust on it, but I don't want another 2-wheel drive one, so that's why I quite fancied the old 4-wheel drive one. That's pretty much it. There's nothing. New primer bulb. It's got a wing, which is good, but I need to get a shell. And the 4-wheel drive shells are different to the 2-wheel drive shells. I do know that much. The suspension seems to be quite stiff, and that seems different. Might have a little play around with it at some point. But yeah, let's fire it up and see what it sounds like, see how it runs. I might put radio gear in it, because I put radio in a battery, so I could put a receiver in it and we could test all the servos and everything. Got a 2.5 kilogram, is that 25 or no, it's not 2.5, bloody 2.5, a 25, did I say 2.5? We got 25 kilogram servo for the throttle and the brakes. I can't see what servo we got for the steering, but I dare say we'll have a bit of a rough idea when we turn it on. So yeah, I like the tyres as well. When I see a picture of it and I saw the tyres, I thought I like them. Yeah, I do like them tyres. What's underneath for it? Underneath's alright. Yeah, not bad at all. Yeah, get a shell for it. Don't know if I better find a nice shell, but I'll have a look around and try and find a shell. Let's oh yeah, before we fire it up, then I'll go and get a receiver. I think I've got another Fly Sky one somewhere. I'll stick a Fly Sky receiver in it, and it's already got a hole there as well, so I can put the kill switch, a little flashing light out of the kill switch can go on there. Right, back in a minute, you lot. Right, Yeah, I bet that video I done the other day, or the other week now, probably, whenever it was, with that DBX2, I think I made myself sound out to be some kind of forgetful bloody klutz or something, because I've had people saying to me, why do you think you're so forgetful, and are you working yourself too hard on that bollocks? No, it's nothing to do with that, you know. Bloody hell. A standard working day in my industry is 10 hours. That's a standard day, you know, but we normally do about 12. You know, 4 o'clock in the morning, sort of 7 o'clock at night, whatever. No, it's just how it is, you know. It's just a lot of stuff going on. Believe it or not, this, you know, RC cars and all that aren't a priority for me. That's why, you know, I've got many more priorities than that sort of thing. So yeah, it might be a priority for you lot. You get a box or something, and it might be a bit of a priority. You got to open it up straight away or whatever, but not for me. I mean, not for me at all, I'm afraid. He's oh right, okay, so that's one of them, is it? Right. So that would mean, oh, that's close to coming out of there. That's very close to coming out of there. That's a negative then, and that's a positive. That's old school. You can tell that's old school. That's what people used to do. That wire's close to coming out of there though, so we'll have to replace that at some point, because we don't want to run away. That's what will happen. Well, obviously I'm going to put a kill switch on there. I've got one somewhere in the drawer somewhere. But still, I'd rather not have a disconnection. So let's stick that on there. That receiver, that's a negative. This one, I don't know what one that is. What one is that one? Oh, that's the throttle. So that one goes in there. And that one goes in there. And we should have, where's my transmitter gone? Oh, bloody hell. Come on, transmitter, where are you? Are you in here? Probably still in the bag, because this is the receiver that I had in that HPI MT that I took out for a test run about, when did I take that out? I don't know, nearly a week ago now. So this is that receiver. On, it's on. Oh, that battery must be flat. Where's the battery tester? Battery tester, where are you? Are you here? Yes, I'm here. Told you, there it is. You lot must think I'm a bloody cock. I am a cock. That's why I'm here. Right, let's see how much electricity is in this battery. None. No electric at all. It's 0, 3.7 volts. Alright. Let's take that out. Huh. Alright. Right, back in a minute when it's charged. Well, that battery's on charge, but I'm going to use this one to test it. So, well, I've heard and I've seen a little video that he did send me after we agreed on the deal. He sent me a little video, or was it before we agreed? I can't remember. But anyway, he sent me a little video of it all working with the radio gear that was in it. But obviously I said I don't want the radio gear, so he's taking that out. So I'm not really testing it. I know that it works, but in a way I am testing it, because I've got to put radio gear in it, haven't I? Otherwise I can't use it. So where's my switch? Hey, you got my switch? Oh, there it is. Well, hey, now we're on. No, we're not. What? What's going on here? We've got a lot of buzzing. This one can't be flat at all, can it? No, 99%. Oh, 50%. 50%. That should be more than enough. Looks like the battery that come with it is no good because it charged up to 6.05 volts, which is 0%. It's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cells. 6.03. So, and the charger says that it's charged, but it's not. It's not charged at all. Right, it's charged up. These could be. I might have to look these servos up. Well, they might be high voltage servos, but I don't think so. I don't know. I'll have to ask them because I see it working, so I know that it works. It's just why ain't it working now? That's the question that I need to ask myself. So that goes that way around. It could be because of that dodgy connection there, maybe, I don't know. Right, on. Nothing. Why haven't you got anything? That is... Yeah, that receiver's definitely bound to it. All we've got is a load of hissing. Well, that can't be good, can it? That can't be good at all. Put it round the other way. I can do that. Nope. Nope. Well, it doesn't seem to make any difference if I put them all around the other way. Oh, now we are. That's strange. That's strange. I know you're probably thinking you probably had the negative and the positive round the wrong way, but I did. Ah, well, I don't know what I've done. Maybe I did have them round the wrong way. I don't think I did because they're bloody easy to do. Then again, it's easy to... I weren't really looking, to be fair. Well, the front brakes work, the rear brakes work, the steering works, the throttle works and it does its thing, goes to full throttle and all that. Right, let me tidy up the radio tray. Let's just stick the battery in there, just lay it in there for now. And we'll stick a bit of petrol in it and we'll fire it up, see what it sounds like. Nice bit of two-stroke. What are you doing? Playing with the fire engine?
Daddy.
Oh, that's broken.
Daddy.
Yeah.
This, I heard in this.
You left it out in the rain.
It's green.
I know, but you left it out in the rain and that doesn't work.
A rain?
Yeah, you left it out in the rain.
What rain?
Well, when it rained ages ago, you left it out there and that don't work.
Minute. Oh, that water. Why do you like apple?
Oh, it's petrol.
You like apple. You like apple. Grained apple.
No, it's not apple, it's petrol and it's red because it's got oil in it.
Oh, what is it with apple?
Yeah, it's got two-stroke oil in it.
Oh. Let's see about that.
If you tip it up, you let the bubbles out, by the way. And then now, you can fit more in it, see it's gone down. But I'm not going to put more in it.
More in.
Right.
Hey, I'm a robot.
Whoa, robot.
Yeah, and I.
Let's fire it up.
I'm making noise.
Alright. Because I'm going to make some noise. Ready?
Right.
You ready for a bit of noise?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What you get?
Bit of a prime.
Hello. What's that? Are you in or not?
I'm coming. I'm just seeing if this works and then I'll be in, yeah?
It's been over a minute.
I know it's been over a minute. But let me just try this and then I'll be in.
Yeah.
Alright? That wasn't very good, was it?
No. Look, Daddy.
Might be the off switch. Seems to be alright now. Happy days! Yeah. Running alright now. A little bit funny there with the old, it was losing spark. I thought there was a dodgy connection on maybe the off switch. Maybe that will come back and we have to work that out, but for now it seems to be alright. Let's see if the 4-wheel drive works. I need a bit of wood to put it on, let's see if that's working. Maybe I'll rev it, I'll rev it with one hand. Stop again. Yeah, it's got spark problems. Whether that's the plug itself or a wire or something, I'm not sure yet. Could be the switch. See, now it's gone completely. Alright. Well, I haven't got time to be messing around with it this evening. But it's definitely got spark problems. There's definitely a grounding issue or something's happened there, because when I first run it, you probably heard it was running, stopping running, and on and off. Not anything to do with the carb, you can tell that. It was a spark problem. So it could be a dodgy plug, it could be the boot, it could be, or cap, or whatever you call that. Or it could be something to do with the points. It could be dodgy ground on and off button there. But that doesn't want to start at all. So whatever that is, it's vibrating. And now it isn't making any connection. Or maybe it is making a connection depending on what it is that's loose. Yeah. See if we give it a bit of a jiggle. definitely spark. So I'll have to play around with that. Yeah. I'll play around with that another day. Probably have to take it apart and we'll see what's wrong with it. Good evening, you lot. Now, we're a few days later now than the first bit that you just saw. I didn't really get to finish it. The minions are about, as I'm sure you realised. They wanted to do a bit of painting, and I promised we could do some painting once I've had a look at this, because I was determined to have a look at it. Like I say, it's been so long. And I've been out here about half an hour, and I promised them in about 20 minutes we could go and do some painting. So I was feeling a bit guilty anyway, so I just left it, and the time's gone on. So we're a few days later. So we started it up, we know that it runs but not very well, and then it cut out and it doesn't want to start again. So, but that's going to be a video in itself. I'm going to do an entire video getting it to run. But let's have a proper close-up look at it, because, as I say, this is the four-wheel drive version, which, you know, they're not all that prevalent anymore. I don't know why. Maybe people just didn't buy many of them or whatever, I don't know. But one of the most important things is, I was actually having a laugh weeks ago now, about a day or two after this had actually arrived. A mate of mine who's the FG guru, I think of him as the FG Oracle. He's got quite a few Mardas. In fact, he sold me one FG Marda, the two-wheel drive one that I've got. He knows a lot of stuff. He plays himself down, but he knows a lot of stuff. And I said, wouldn't it be funny, well, I said imagine, if this turned out to be not genuine? Because there's quite a lot of copycats out there, as we know, copycat cars. Of course, the 1/5 scale scene, as some people like to call it, is flooded with clones, as people call them, copies, you know. Most of the Bahas are all based on the HPI one, you know, and Carson done a version of the FG Marder. There's a few others out there that I don't know who makes them, and there's another one that's called the Traveller. That's a copy of the FG Marder, but the two-wheel drive version. Don't know if they've done the four-wheel drive version. I've got no reason to believe that this isn't genuine, by the way, because I bought this from a subscriber and I trust him. Of course, why would I not trust a subscriber? If he watches me, he obviously, you know. But there's always the chance that he was mistaken, because they're so close, the copies are so good. There's only got to be a few genuine parts on there. You see FG on a part, for example, the battery holder has got FG written on it, FG Model Sport. You can buy that and put that on, because the copies are so close, you know, the genuine parts fit. So you could buy that and put that on. You know, like for example, this receiver cover has got Carson written on it, albeit upside down because it's the other way around, but it's got Carson written on it. So how do I be sure that this is what I think it is? Well, I can't. I don't know enough about them, but the front bumper's got FG Model Sport written on it, which is a good sign, although that could be, again, put on there. Some of you lot probably aren't aware of how careful you've got to be when you're buying RC cars, even real life cars. You can take a Toyota MR2 and make it into a Lamborghini. If you do it well enough, you won't be able to tell the difference on the outside, but obviously on the inside, it's a Toyota MR2. You can make them into Ferraris. You can do all kinds of things, and a lot of people do that. And when it comes to RC cars like this, alright, fair enough, for Savages and Rushes and things like that, they're pretty unique. I have never seen a copy of a HPI Savage. If you've ever seen a copy, a Chinese copy, or any copy of a HPI Savage, please tell me about it, because I want to go and have a look at it, because I've seen monster trucks, obviously, that I don't know if they're supposed to be copies, but they look very, very remotely similar. But I've never seen a direct copy. But with these, there is. So, you know, I can't see anything that really stands out. I mean, everything looks fairly genuine. I mean, they released the FG Marder in 1991. When the full drive one came out, I can't remember, but I reckon there's probably a good chance that it is what it says it is. It's got the correct engine in it anyway. It's got a Komatsu engine in it, or you could call it a Zenoa, but it's Komatsu. Happy days, man, happy days. Well, as I say, we know it doesn't run. Now, it did run, and not very well, and now it doesn't run at all. Hopefully it's just a plug. But we'll get into that in another video. If you like that sort of thing, or this sort of thing, getting old cars, well, this isn't necessarily that old. I mean, it could potentially be 30 years old, 25 years old, but I don't know the age of this specific one. If you know how to actually tell the age of a specific car like this, please put it in the comments, because I'd like to know how to tell the actual specific age. Yes, I have done some research. My knowledge on FG Marders is somewhat sparse. As I say, when I was a kid, I was given one. I didn't know what it was at the time. It was just a petrol RC car. That was it. Ragged it around a bit, swapped it for a motorbike. That was it. Now I know what they are. I wish I'd kept it, but it doesn't matter. So, yeah, if you know how to actually... I know you're going to tell me the dates of when they were released and made and all that bollocks. Fair enough. I'd love to know that too. But if you can tell me how to actually date an actual car, like, is there any features that would date the approximate year, generation, whatever, then leave that in the comments, because I'd like to know. That would be cool to know exactly how old that one is, because that would be nice to know. I like stuff like that. If you like this sort of thing, think about sticking around. If you're looking forward to seeing me get this actually run properly and stay running and not lose its spark, stick around on that as well. And maybe you should even subscribe. I don't know. I don't normally tell people to subscribe, but I seem to be getting people say, you haven't done any videos for a while. I'm like, bloody well I have. Every day I put a video up. Subscribe and you'll see. Anyway, treat people nicely. Treat people how you would like to be treated, and we should have a nice, happy life. And probably, hopefully, I'm going to leave it on the bench, so that way it reminds me, because if I put it somewhere in the shed, I'll forget about it. So I'm going to leave it on the bench, and in a couple of days, I'll get on that, and we'll get it to run properly, and then we'll take it out for a drive. Cheerio, you lot. All the best.
I got the cash in the bag, stay